Okay, this is just going to be a video of comical moments while I'm smoking my cigarette and preparing to get dressed. It's Veterans Day. That's right. And my name is Leslie Williams. Boom. Hey, I'm making these videos. I'm making this video right now. It's a comical video. A comedy video. And comedy videos are designed in order to make you laugh. Because laughing is what I want you to do. Itty bitty boo. Bada bada bing. Alright, so today's Veterans Day, and I'm what is known as a targeted individual. And targeted individuals are made homeless. All you gotta do is Google it. In fact, check this out. You know how they made me homeless? Okay? Again, they stole my rent. Rent that was mailed, certified mail, return receipt. That's right. And look at this book. What does it say? Gang stalking at the post office. That's right. The author of this book, his name is Jewel Crayon. K-R-A-Y-A-N. My name is Leslie Williams, and I make these comical videos in order to be able to also include informative statements, so you can become aware of what is happening to us targeted individuals. Boo. That's right. Now, hold on. So I got tired of renting apartments because I was just being gang stalked from one apartment to another apartment to another apartment to another apartment to another apartment to motel rooms. And let me show you another thing here. In fact, let me just find it really fast. This is another book of a targeted individual that was on Coast to Coast on February 2013. On Valentine's Day, February 20th, 2013. It's titled The Invisible Crime by Mike Vitubell. Organized stalking is mentioned on every page in this book. Organized stalking. Organized stalking is just another name for the same crime. It's also called gang stalking. Now, I made some footnotes in this book in reference to what's on particular pages, and let me see if I can find it right now. Let's see. Hold on, because it mentions in this book. It's mentioned in this book about how he has rented several apartments, and about how the perpetrators will even rent adjacent apartments. Okay. To targeted individuals in order to harass them. He literally states, I believe in this book, he states that he went through 6 apartments. That's right. Organized stalking is mentioned throughout every page in this book. So, when you go to Google and type in organized stalking or gang stalking in landlords, property owners, postal employees, mail theft and mail delayment, gang stalking is right in the name, right? This was written by a postal employee who's being gang stalked. Gang stalking at the post office is the last words of the title of the book. So, what I'm doing today is Veterans Day, which means it's a national holiday, which means that the post office is closed, public libraries are closed, and so on and so forth. So what I decided to do is to make myself something to eat that I rarely have. Okay? You know, when I was waking up, when I was a kid, on Saturday mornings, my mom used to make these country breakfasts. Hang on. She'd make fried potatoes, biscuits and gravy, bacon, sausage, eggs, biscuits and gravy. So what I decided to do last night was I bought some potatoes, and I chopped them up in little pieces, and then I bought a package of sausage links, and I'm going to cook them today at this area. And we're going to see if anybody approaches me at this area today, or actually over the next 30 to 60 days. I'm planning on actually moving from this area, but I'm taking my time doing it, and the reason why is because these expeditions are designed to wear you out physically, mentally, psychologically, physiologically, spiritually, and financially. They're basically designed to run you down. Okay? Now, if you can imagine how hard it is to be homeless, okay, and to not have a car, to have a limited amount of money, and trying to survive you being gang stalked and set up and harassed along all your routes, including at this area. They literally have bicyclists go by on the sidewalk and say gang stalking. That's right. They set up some homeless freaks about 125 feet away to yell gang stalking and oh my god and laugh about it. But for some mysterious reason, they've been extremely quiet for the last 5-6 days. And today's date is November 11th, 2013. Now, another way that they can make targeted individuals homeless, and you can Google this, is by going to Google and typing in landlords and property owners and gang stalking and or organized stalking. Organized stalking and gang stalking is just two different names for the same exact identical crime. Okay, so and when you do your first day of research into these criminalities, you'll be able to see that creating homelessness of a target is one of their main objectives, because it brings the targeted individual very closer to the eventual exploitation that is attached to the original motivation of why the target was picked to begin with and why they were made homeless. Now, again, my rent was stolen out of the mail, rent that was mailed certified mail return receipt. The only way that that rent could have been stolen was for a postal employee to engage in the gang stalking method of stealing it. Now again, look at this book. It flat out states gang stalking at the post office, written by a fellow postal employees being gang stalked by your supervisors and fellow employees. That's right. And what's written in this book by this person in a totally separate state from, I believe it's written in a totally separate state from California, what is described in this book that's happening to this postal employee is also described to an same exact identical T to a woman that was gang stalked up and down the road here in California, San Diego County, her name Victoria Rose. That's right. Now you got to look at the title of this book. It's called Electronic Torture, Electronic Rape, Technology, and Gang Stalking at the Post Office. When you hear electronic torture and electronic rape, you might think to yourself, what the heck does that mean? Well, it's got to do with the technological resources that gang stalking expeditions perpetrators have and do utilize and can utilize against any organized stalking, gang stalking target. That's right. So, if you get this book at Amazon and read it, and you can't make heads or tails of it, and some of the things that are in it sound crazy as hell, you're going to think to yourself, this is baloney, it's craziness. It's not. I am a seasoned, extremely well-educated, knowledgeable, targeted individual, which means that I have not only experienced their criminality, but I have also done extremely in-depth research into these crimes, which has brought me to in-depth educated knowledge. Knowledge is data based on facts, okay? And so basically what I'm saying is I got educated data that's based on facts concerning deconstructing the technological resources of gang stalking expeditions, organized stalking, and how they are and can be utilized against any organized stalking, gang stalking target. The same technologies that are mentioned in this book, okay, that's written by a gang stalking target who's a post employee, is also mentioned in this book by Mike Fitzhugh Bell. Organized stalking is mentioned on every single page in this book, and the technologies that are mentioned in this book are also mentioned in this book. That's right. Victoria Rose, a target in San Diego, Chula Vista, wrote a documentation file that you can still find online right now, but just by going to Google and typing in Victoria Rose, California, Chula Vista gang stalking target, there's a PDF documentation file that she wrote online. Everything that she describes in her documentation file is identically written in this book by a separate targeted individual. So if you buy this book and you're going to hear certain things, you're going to read certain things in this book that sound totally, completely, we'll just put it to this way. If you buy this book and read it, and whatever you don't understand in this book, do not dismiss it. The only way you're going to be able to make heads or tails of it is by thoroughly and meticulously, with a mature posture, investigating the technological resources that are in the perpetrator's hands and that can and are being utilized against organized gang stalking targets. So, today's Veterans Day. So what am I gonna do? This is a comedy video that has serious informative moments, but mostly it's a comedy video. So what I'm gonna do today is once I get done making this video, I'm gonna obviously turn it off, and then I'm gonna get dressed, and then I'm gonna get outside of my tent, which I keep totally clean. I take my garbage with me every day. And let me just backtrack for a second. If any event occurs at this hiking area over the next 30 to 45 days, because what I've decided to do is set up a bunch of different different hiking areas at separate locations, and each hiking area will have a identical kit of things that I need in order to sleep at these hiking areas and to develop avenues at these separate hiking areas to hide my property. And the reason why I'm doing that is because of an incident that occurred concerning a certain property that, well, I'll put it to you this way for legal purposes, is the property that the event occurred on September 8th and 9th attached to this property. And this property I've been hiking at for 1 full year now. I was going to say 10 months, but it's actually been longer than that. It's almost been 1 complete full year. Now, as a result of that event transpiring, I thought to myself, if I ever had to move here within a 24-hour basis, I would end up having to move from the property or get arrested or be given a ticket. And if I didn't physically actually move from the property within 24 hours, that could happen to me. I could be arrested or given a ticket or both. But I'd have to come back to get additional property that's hidden at this area. My clothes, camping equipment, sleeping bags, sleeping clothes, and other items, okay? There's no way that I can move everything that I own that's at this area within a 24-hour period. That is leaving me vulnerable and my property vulnerable. So what I've decided to do, and it's also totally compromising my schedule, videos and blogs are being made practically every single day online before the September 8th and 9th event happened. That's right. As a result of what happened on September 8th and 9th, I have went through almost $500 in buying specific things to prepare me so I can make identical kits for different areas. And I'm going to be gang stalked to them. I've already been gang stalked at the areas that I went to survey and surveil, and on bus routes getting to them. This is the 4th hiking area I've been gang stalked to in the last 2 years since I moved here to San Diego County. And the ways I'm being gang stalked at this area, I was making videos about I'm being gaslighted and gang stalked at this area and along all my routes in La Jolla in the same exact way that I was gang stalked when I was hiking out close by Friars and Frazee Road in San Diego County. And I was making videos about what I was experiencing at my last hiking areas and uploaded them to the internet in 2012. Those statements are in reference to how I was being harassed in those videos that were uploaded in 2012 have been in reference to the methods that were I made videos in 2012, sorry. In 2012, at my previous hiking area, I made videos. I stated how I was being harassed at these hiking areas. Individuals getting up on the sidewalk, walking by and saying gang stalking. That's right. And then how that was also happening at numerous businesses, okay, off of Friars and Frazee Road. I then moved from that area, moved at least between 35 and 50 miles away from that area to La Jolla. The same exact methods that I was exposing in 2012 in that area are happening in this area and have been caught on hundreds and hundreds of audio files in the same exact identical way, which proves I was gang stalked from that area, 35 to 50 miles away to this one. That's right. And I have undisputable proof concerning it. Now, so we're going to see if you can see how they can get landlords and property owners on board to aid and abet in the eviction of a target. That tells you that they connect with landlords and property owners. So who owns this property? And who are they? Who's got the power positions downtown, like in the Hall of Justice and the clerk's office? Police officers. Who's got the power positions to look up the tax identification concerning who pays the taxes for this property? A tax ID's got a name to it. They contact that person, say, we got a person. They lie about the target like you would not believe. Go to YouTube and type and listen to a stranger to see how they lie. In order to get anybody in the community to do anything for them based on a lie and the prestige of a power position of authority. Just do it. Okay? And you'll see how easy it is to influence the cooperation of a landlord, a property owner, a postal employee, you name it. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. So if anybody comes to this area, puts a trespass notice on my tent before I'm able to move out of here, and this also includes at the other areas that I moved to. Okay? And the reason why I'm setting up identical different ones is because when they come to evict me from those, I won't have to move every single thing I own with me to a place that I might not even have discovered yet. That's why it's taken me 2 months to move from here. That's right. Totally and completely destroying my everyday schedule. That's right. That's right. And I also am playing a shell game with them, taking them from place to place to place to place to place to place, which shows the stalking. Because they're stupid enough to harass me in the same exact identical way. That's right. By including getting around me and constantly repeating gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalk, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk, oh my god, in that way. Caught on digital tape recorder and video files. Alright, I gotta go, so I'm making a prediction. I'm making a prediction right now. Let's see if any incident occurs at this hiking area where I've been at for a full year. At this area. Any type of event, incident, I don't care who's involved, how it comes about, how it's brought about, what's said, or who it is. It will be gang stalking related, and they will lie about it up and down the road. Now go to Google and type in how they use children, teenagers, the elderly, the disabled, mothers. That's right. Because they have to make it appear that anybody that they use, okay, that anything that's happening to a targeted individual is happening because of normal appearing means. And that includes neighbors, guests of neighbors, children, landscape workers, construction workers, utility personnel. Any excuse and anybody is how they operate. Now you just heard some people go by in the background. They get bicyclists up on the road to go by and say gang stalk. Literally, it's their way to remind me that I'm a victim of this crime. They literally get around me and repeat the name of the crime. And that's done to keep me in a constant mental neural loop. Every time I hear it, I think about what they're doing. That's right. That's right. And to taunt me about it, to keep me, to try and put me in and keep me in a victimized mindset concerning it. And I'm predicting any incident, and that includes the theft of my property, any of my property, a trespass notice, an event that caused me the police to be called, me coming home and my property being stolen, anything that happens at this area. This is where the area I'm at right now, to show you where I'm at. Okay, it's where the dead tree's at. And I've taken a picture of the dead tree and posted them in other videos, and I posted those videos already on the internet. Thank you for listening, and have a nice day.